How's it going, Jubitarians? This is Bradley Juby, and today was a pretty good day for me. It was one of my better days that I've had in quite a while, but today I decided to go up to Oklahoma City from Norman, and I went to the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, which is one of my favorite places in the entire Oklahoma City, Norman area. And let me tell you something, if you haven't gone, go. I don't care how you get down there or up there or from whatever direction, you got to go up there because you'll not just learn about the American West. You'll learn a lot about yourself, your values, your beliefs. You'll learn about people and who went out west to seek a better life for themselves and for others. Cowboys, cowgirls, vaqueros, miners, prospectors, farmers. You learn about the Native Americans and the Buffalo Soldiers. You learn about how people lived and how people dealt with their issues back then. And best of all, you'll learn about yourself, where you've come from and where you're going. We don't have an Oregon Trail anymore. We don't have a transcontinental railroad. But whatever we have, we got to find it. And it's one of the most beautiful stories ever told. It's a story of people just doing the best with what they had, doing the best with what life dealt them. Sure, there were outlaws, but there were good people. There were people of all races and colors and experiences. People did things for various reasons, religious reasons, economic reasons. Some went west to make money. Some went west to find freedom they couldn't find elsewhere. And some were just born on the land. They were already there first. Even though it is a sad story that the indigenous people had another world built on top of theirs. And it's always a sad thing, but that's life, you know. And yet those people are still here, and they're still living their own beauty. They walk in their beauty. We all want to walk in our beauty. That was a video I saw when I was watching one of the presentations about the various people who made the West their home. They walk in beauty. And we got to do that nowadays. Times are getting brutal. We're always fighting over stuff. We don't think we can make it in this world. We're sad and we're struggling. We don't even know who our neighbors are. We don't even know if we can get along with our neighbors. Or if we can turn to our neighbors in times of need. If we can uphold our Oklahoma standard. Some people don't even think such exists. Some people think that we're all just in it for ourselves and to hell with everybody else. That might exist in some parts. But in others, we come together in times of crisis. But one thing that I found so beautiful back in June is our state came together to celebrate our greatest triumph, winning the NBA Finals in 2025 back in June. I was there at the parade celebrating with my Oklahoma City Thunder, having overcome the brutality of the Oklahoma City bombing, the tornadoes, Despite all the bickering and the childish insanity that's going on our social media, there's a West out there, my friends. We got to find that West. I don't know what that West looks like for me personally, but I'm looking for it. I've always been looking for it. You know, I do try to walk in my beauty. Yeah, I said it. But that's what we all need to do. We find our beauty and we walk in it. Whether we're looking for a freedom we can't find elsewhere, or for a love that we can't find elsewhere, we're all looking for something. We all want to head out to our West, wherever that may be. I don't know what it looks like to you, but there's a West out there for every one of us. And we got to find it. Some people never look for their West. They're happy where they are. And some know they want their West. They just never hitch up their wagon. They never buy the train ticket. They never saddle up their horses. They don't think they can make the journey, so they just stay in the East or wherever. But there are those that want to find their West, wherever it may be. It doesn't have to be necessarily in cattle ranching or prospecting or finding a farm. It could be finding love. It could be finding that special person in your life. It could be finding God. You know, a few weeks back, I was at church. It was the Sunday after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And the preacher at Antioch Norman said that in the Bible, when people looked toward the east, they were running away from God. So what does that say when we want to run to God? When we want to go back to God? We head out west. Sometimes it just takes us getting that train ticket on the railroad, or on the wagon on the Oregon Trail, or the California Trail, or the Santa Fe Trail, or the Mormon Trail. The Oregon Trail wasn't the only trail headed west. There were others. Sometimes we have to fight at our Alamos. We have to deal with our border wars. We have to fight our Mexican wars, so to speak. Disclaimer, I'm not saying we should hurt Mexican people. That's not what I'm saying. But we have to find something. We all have to find our West and walk in our beauty. And you know how I started my day at that museum? I went to the cafe and I ordered one of my favorite meals ever. A bowl of chili. I'm a sucker for a good chili. I love chili. If chili doesn't make you happy, either you probably just don't like it or you just don't understand it. Sometimes maybe your chili's something else. I don't know. Sometimes we go out to our Wests to look for a freedom we can't find here. For opportunities that we can't get here. You know, it feels like the American dream is dying and nobody has faith in anything anymore. That's why so many people are losing hope and they're descending into madness and violence. It's why we have our mass shootings and our incels, our political extremisms, our race divisions. But maybe, just maybe, there's a West out there. There's somewhere we can go and say, we're not going to live that way. We're going to be different. We're going to walk in our beauty. It isn't just looking at art or looking at guns or even, mounted heads of animals. I mean, that's all cool and all that, but they tell stories about every one of us. We're all looking for something, anything. I'm looking for something. In the midst of one of my hardest seasons, I'm still not at peace with myself, with my autism. I'm still struggling with my heart condition. I'm still wondering if my civilization even has a future. I'm still looking for my West. I'm still hoping for the day that I can overcome my past heartbreaks. Maybe one day, when the time is right, whenever that may be, maybe I'll learn to love and be loved again. Maybe I'll finally become a published author. Maybe I'll finally have that following that I've been yearning for so long. Because I know it's there. I know somebody out there has to be listening, taking what I say to heart. Someone out there walks in their beauty. And all I can do is just do my best. And when I don't do my best, remind me. Remind me when I don't do my best and encourage me to do better. And I say the same for you guys. I want to have fun, and laugh again. But at the same time, there's a time to be serious. I was talking to Pastor Cook about the book of Ecclesiastes. Chapter 1. No, not chapter 1. Sorry. Chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. A time for everything under the sun. Time to be born, time to die, time to kill, time to heal, time to plant, time to harvest. We all know that verse. Time and a place for everything. And right now, it's time for us to try to find whatever we're looking for. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. I'm not guaranteed tomorrow. Some days I may not even make it to tomorrow morning. Well, but I'm hoping somebody can hear me today. That somewhere out there, someone's looking for their West. Someone is walking in their beauty. And somebody is going to find the answers to all of their questions. We just got to get on the trail, boss. Well, anyway, this is Bradley GB saying peace out. Y'all have a beautiful day. Love people the best way you can. So, I'll see y'all next time.